And welcome again to McCown Gymnasium on the campus of Winona State University as HBC Channel 25 Sports presents girls high school basketball. It's the Winona Cotter Ramblers against the Park of Cottage Grove Wolfpack. I'm Justin Barrientos alongside Dave Williams. And Dave, this is another game of ranked teams. Cotter ranked number 2 in Class 2A, while Park of Cottage Grove is ranked number 9 in Class 4A.
And not only that, but interestingly enough, Max Preps has them ranked, I think, top 10 overall in the state all classes. But definitely, this is another big matchup as Cotter's season of trying to play tough non-conference opponents, as many as they can, is going to continue here tonight against Park of Cottage Grove, who beat a very good Kingsland team in the tournament opener. Cotter, meanwhile, winning their opener against St. Paul Johnson. And it was a one-sided affair in favor of the Ramblers for much of the game. Turned a little bit closer, I think, than Pat Boland would have liked, as it ended up being a 5-point victory for Cotter. Although was the outcome ever in doubt? Maybe, maybe not. Some turnovers late for the Ramblers in the final minutes, and some of that comeback coming against some of Cotter's bench. So we'll see what happens here tonight. It's going to be definitely two very different looks this evening as Park of Cottage Grove brings a lot of height to the floor, a lot of height with a number of players at that 6-foot mark, and they're led by Katja Like. At 6 foot, she's a sophomore. She leads the team in scoring, 13.6 a game, averaging about 9 rebounds a game. And again, we talked about balance in the boys' games for the Rambler boys, balance as well for this Park girls team, as not only Like at 13 points a game, but then you've got Jackie Voigt, a junior, another 6-footer at 6'1", averaging 12.1 a game. Averaging 12 a game as a 6-foot sophomore, Tina Fisher. So you got 3 big girls, all of whom can score for this team. And then another Sarah Norenberg at 5'11", averaging 10 points a game, or just over 10 points a game. So this is a big athletic Park team. The Ramblers, on the other hand, with Jenny Gilbertson, but not a lot of height after that. It's going to be the quickness and it's going to be the press that's going to be on display for the Ramblers tonight. Cotter knows they're going to have to pressure and not let Park get into the half court and not let the Wolfpack get the ball into the big players.
One of the things that we were looking at yesterday with Cotter's game was how some of the players would respond that were coming back from injuries after being off for about 10 days. Devin Boland was one of those who had a back injury, and I believe Allison Kirkvold, the other person that had an injury.
Well, you know, and you're right. It's you have a layoff, you're coming back from injury. It's one thing to come out and play a game, and to come back, just over 24 hours later and have to play a second game. It's going to be a challenge to both those players. And I talked to Allison a little bit last night and said after the game, said her ankle was a little sore, and it's certainly going to be. And one good thing, they did leave the game with about 5-6 minutes left in the St. Paul Johnson game. We're able to get some ice on Devin's back and Allison's ankle, but yeah, we'll see. I think definitely tonight a number of players are going to see the floor for the Ramblers. We're going to see a lot of Chelsea Larson coming off the bench. We're going to see a lot of Renee Pecorina, because Cotter knows that they're going to have to make it a scramble. They're going to have to keep fresh legs out on the floor.
Saw a little bit of Nicole Beyer yesterday, too, coming off the bench to give Jenny Gilbertson a little bit of a rest towards the end of the game.
Right.
And may see that again tonight.
Well, another player came off the bench for the Ramblers, had a big game against St. Paul. Was Whitney Weiska, who scored, 14 points, and her shooting, I think, is going to be important in this game.
Same starters on the court tonight for the Ramblers that they had last night: Devin Boland, Kelly Brandon, Laura Erickson, Allison Kirkvold, and Jenny Gilbertson. For Park, you heard Katja Like, Jessie Schmoll, Jackie Voigt, Sarah Norenberg, and Tina Fisher all out on the court.
Yeah, Schmoll's the short one of the bunch at 5'9", and compare that to the Ramblers with Devin Boland at 5'5", and Kelly Brandon out there at 5'4". They give away some height. They definitely give away some height in this matchup with Park of Cottage Grove.
Wolfpack start out with the ball, and that's tipped out of bounds.
Or Erickson flying out there to get in the passing lane and tip that ball away.
The inbound will come from Norenberg, looking for Like. And Katja Like with the basket.
Coming off a little screen, got in behind. Ramblers looking to push the tempo here early.
Gilbertson for 3.
Off the mark, really missed on that one.
Norenberg comes up with the ball for Park.
Ramblers have had a matchup with a Metro 4A team already, and they lost to Cretin-Durham Hall back before the holiday, but that was a game where those injuries, with Devin Boland was hurt and Kirkvold hurt.
Foul is on Jenny Gilbertson, first for her.
Yeah, I don't want to see that right away.
Voigt hits the first. One more foul shot here for Voigt, and hits one of two. Rebound by Kirkvold. Over to Brandon.
See, Cotter wants to push the tempo here.
3-point shot for Erickson. Hits the front of the rim.
The Ramblers can afford to be a little patient, I think, in the half court once they settle into it. If they can't hit the break right away, settle down, get some movement, get some ball movement, see what you can open up.
Nornberg directing traffic, now driving baseline, gets it off the glass.
Nice drive there by Nornberg. Nice little move.
Bolin over to Brandon. Gilbertson in the lane.
Yeah, might have got away with a walk there to Jenny.
Katja Like saves that one from going out of bounds.
Now the Ramblers really have to get in the passing lanes here, not let that ball get entered down low. A 5-second call there.
Jesse Schmoll held onto it too long.
Everything just seemed to freeze there, no movement off the ball.
Well, there was no one in the lane there. Park had moved everybody over to that left side.
And the Ramblers important to be patient here, see what you can create.
Gilbertson from outside, she'll go baseline, triple teamed as she gets to the basket, and will head to the foul line.
There'll be a foul on Boyd, it looks like. As she tried to cut that baseline off, got Jenny on the way up. So Gilbertson will get a shot, a couple of shots here.
First foul
on
on
the Ramblers on the board.
First foul on Voigt, and first team foul as well. Gilbertson missing on the first free throw.
Yeah, gets Gilbertson hits one of two.
Puts
Cotter on the board, and more importantly, Cotter can set that press up a little bit now.
Double team, and they find it inside, and a miss by Like. Gilbertson comes away with the ball.
You can see Gilbertson, we talked about her ability to handle the ball in the open court last night, on display once again there.
Erickson pressured here by Fisher.
Good ball movement by the Ramblers.
Bolin in the
penetration.
Lane. Kicks it out to Erickson.
Now, that was what Cotter wants. Devin Bolin penetrating, kicking it out to the wing. Erickson had a good look at the basket. Shot just didn't fall. Ooh, a lot of contact there. No
Voigt.
call.
Well, Voigt was the one that hit the court. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's Cotter basketball. Erickson out of bounds.
Nearly had it stolen away, trying to force along the baseline there.
Bolin will inbound for the Ramblers.
Right to Gilbertson on the inbound.
Gilbertson misses but gets her own rebound.
And she'll get to the line once again. And maybe two on Voigt now.
It's on Schmoll.
Schmoll instead, yeah.
First foul on Jesse Schmoll.
Important for the Ramblers to make these free throws, make baskets, and so on, to set that press up and see if they can force some turnovers.
Gilbertson now 3 of 4 from the foul line. Cuts the Wolfpack lead to 2. Nornberg turned the corner and off the glass.
That was a really nice burst of speed from Sarah Nornberg, the junior. Get right past Devin Bolin in the back court, and then she was off to the races after that.
Erickson in trouble and gets it out to Bolin.
Ramblers will pull it out here a little bit. Just good patience here.
Kirkvold Now back to Gilbertson. Saves it from going out of bounds.
Very could have been disaster there. Actually turned out well for the Ramblers. Had Like been able to hang on to that, she would have had an easy 2 at the other end.
Yeah, Like had a bullet coming after as Gilbertson
kind
of swatted that,
really whacked that ball. Good defense here by Park, not letting the Ramblers have anything inside.
Brandon gets the rebound off the 3-point miss by Boland.
This is what Devin can do, break down a defense. Gilbertson goes sprawling, and it's going to be off of Gilbertson out of bounds. But this is what Boland can do is break down a defense with her ability to penetrate.
Whitney Wisecup will check in for the Ramblers, in for Kirkfold.
Kind of recognizing it tough to get inside on this Park team. Bring Wisecup, who's a good shooter, on the perimeter onto the floor here.
As we said, Wisecup with a great game last night in the Cotter victory. It's out to Nuremberg, and Brandon able to get a hand on the ball, and Erickson comes away with it.
Chance in transition for the Ramblers. Park doing a good job to get back defensively.
Threw it away.
Throws it away, yeah. Boland's going to take, Pat Boland going to take a timeout right away here.
Down 7-3 to Park. 13:36 left to go, and a 30-second timeout is called by Pat Boland. This is the second championship try for a Cotter basketball team. So you had the earlier game, the Ramblers lost, and
up by 17 early in the game, and Kingsland able to come back. Pat Boland fired up in the huddle, wants to make sure you have to make the most of every chance you get in a game like this. Doesn't want to see careless turnovers. I'm sure it's probably part of the message here.
So 4-point Wolfpack lead, and Park will inbound. It'll be Jackie Voigt who will inbound against Gilbertson.
Oh, very nearly a chance there for Brandon to steal.
Like grabs the inbound.
Good job by Like.
Crowd wanted to travel.
Would have been.
Going up.
Foul at the other end instead.
Voigt going up for the shot will head to the free throw line. Foul is on Erickson. That'll be her first personal foul, second team foul.
And Erickson's going to get out here right away. It looks like Kirkfold will come in for her. Would be my guess with 2 fouls right away on Laura Erickson. Also going to get our first look at Sammy Hildebrand tonight for Park. She replaces Like. A quiet start for Katya Like.
Yeah, just 2 points for Like so far. And Voigt knocks down both of those foul shots, 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Boland dribbling out of trouble to Erickson for 3.
Erickson stayed on the floor with those 2 quick fouls. And instead the Ramblers went a little bit bigger as Kirkfold came in for Kelly Briannon. A little bit bigger lineup on the floor.
Inside for Erickson.
To draw the foul. Cotter doing a nice job to be able to enter the ball right under the basket there.
Tina Fisher called on the foul, her first, third team foul. Erickson's first point of the ball game.
And this is the second. Important for the Ramblers to hit their foul shots. Take advantage of these chances.
And a
walk
travel.
at the other end, yeah.
Fisher called on the travel.
And Fisher did a nice job, get that ball over Erickson, or over Kirkfold. And just the step.
It's a 5-point Park lead. Boland trying to dribble out of trouble. Now over to Wisecup.
Good ball movement again here by the Ramblers.
Underneath. And Kirkfold. Or check that. Erickson heading
again,
to the line.
Good ball movement again by the Ramblers. Creates that opportunity. Erickson starts on the wing, ends up out on the low block.
Fisher will pick up her second.
Very nearly got that to fall, but she'll get a chance here at the line. 9-4. Park of Cottage Grove at that 5-point lead. Ramblers trying to cut into it and struggling a little bit, Justin, early at the foul line.
Katja Leik and Holly Risselman checking in for Park. Erickson 1 of 3 and 2 of 4 from the foul line. And the other player, Gilbertson, is 3 of 4.
Now Park so far has done a pretty good job here against the Rambler press.
Double team, and that's Leik on the other end.
It's a nice little pull-up jumper for Katja Leik. Pecorina on for the first time tonight for Cotter.
And Wisecup tangled up, and a hold will be called on probably Norenberg, I think.
I think it was Norenberg. Reached in, thought she had the ball tied up, but got plenty of Whitney Weisskop's arm along with it.
So a lot of fouls early. 5th team foul already on Park. Pecorina will inbound.
Ramblers trying to get in the lane. Will kick it up top instead.
Pecorina looking to go to Gilbertson, who's at the elbow. It's back to Renee Pecorina. Bounce pass to Gilbertson. Turnaround hook.
Ramblers getting it on the floor now. For the first, I think it's their first shot from the floor.
Cuts the lead now to 4, 11-7. Driving in is Norenberg. Baseline move.
Boy, Norenberg looks strong early in this game, from being able to penetrate the defense a couple of times.
Looking for Wisecup down the court. It's saved by the Wolfpack. Right back to the Ramblers, and Erickson misses. Gilbertson, good, and travel on Gilbertson.
Travel, wow.
We thought we might have a 3-point play try by Gilbertson, but instead a travel.
Well, that was a wild sequence. Park got a little careless with the ball after forcing the turnover.
Like
a timeout taken right away here. Quick timeout going to be taken by the Wolfpack. They're going to talk about what settling down a little bit, because now you're starting to see the Wolfpack a little careless with the ball once or twice. But on that last sequence, Justin, I really thought that. First of all, you end up with the miss by Erickson, but Gilbertson right there to get the rebound and try and go up and put that in, and call for the travel. It really looked like she'd been fouled. But you go back even before that, Laura Erickson missing an easy layup attempt. Cotter's got to take advantage of every opportunity. Down 13-7 in this ballgame. They want to take as many opportunities as they can. You can't let those easy ones get away from you.
And then that whole sequence was set up by an errant pass down court. They got just past Wisecup. Leik will inbound now for Park. 11:28 to go. Park leading 13-7. It's into Hildenbrandt. Hildenbrandt up court. Gets past the double team.
Now Park again able to break the pressure.
A foul will be called on Erickson.
Gilbertson that time trying to cut that pass off. Gets sealed off a little bit. Erickson coming with the help just late, getting the foul.
Second foul called on Erickson, 3rd team foul. And at the line is Voigt. Devin Boland will check back in.
Now Laura Erickson will get a break. Again, you got both your point guards out on the floor at the same time for the Ramblers.
2 more foul shots for Jackie Voigt. All 5 of her points from the free throw line. She's 5 of 6. Renee Pecorina with the ball. To Wisecup. 3-pointer from Whitney Wisecup. Long. And Kirkvold there to rebound. Gilbertson.
That was blocked, I think, coming off. It should be Cotter ball. Yeah, it was blocked.
Yep. So Boland will inbound. Over to Gilbertson. Boland open for 3. Long.
Ramblers says not yet finding their range.
Risselman grabbed the rebound for Park. Good passing inside by Park, and Risselman there to get the basket.
And a nice little run again here by Park.
Wisecup puts up a 3.
Cotter just cannot get it to fall from the outside. And you see how the Wolfpack really pushed the tempo, getting the ball down the floor quickly.
A little bit of a mismatch here as Pecorino guarding Like.
Yeah. Height-wise, yeah, you bet.
And a double dribble will be called on Voigt.
Yeah, you can hear the Park coaching staff, Stephanie Tolkinen, arguing that the ball had been tipped away.
Bolin off the screen. Kick it over to Gilbertson.
Let's see how physical this Park team plays, too.
Wisecup fouled.
Yeah, let's see if they get Like coming in late with the help here. Yeah.
Yep. First foul on Like and 6th team foul. The next one will put the Ramblers in the bonus.
Again, Cotter's got to hit the foul shots here.
And Wisecup hits the first. Sarah Norenberg will check back in for the Wolfpack.
And Park's got so many different players who can score, who can hurt you.
Rebound by Risselman.
Jenny Gilbertson going to lose one of her ankle braces here, it looks like. Gilbertson got good defense on the initial shot, but the Wolfpack able to get the offensive rebound.
Risselman with the basket, and on the other end, missed by Kirkvold.
Again, you got to hit those shots inside. Nice look inside by Renee Pecorino. Kirkvold couldn't get the layup.
The block will be called on Pecorino. First foul on Pecorino, 4th team foul. Hildebrandt in trouble, and a foul called on Gilbertson.
They had her trapped there, too. That'll be the second, I believe, on Jenny Gilbertson.
5th team foul. And Erickson will check back in for Gilbertson.
Yeah, Gilbertson going to get a rest. She's played the whole way, hasn't she?
Yep, she's been out there the whole time.
Fatigue starts to set in, then you get more susceptible to fouls. Not moving as quickly on defense.
19-8, Wolfpack leading. Just under 9 minutes to go, and a jumper from outside by Schmoll.
A big shot from Schmoll. Able to step out and hit that. Pat Bolin wants a timeout. Just a 30 here.
21-8 your score as Park has come out strong here in the first few minutes of the first half.
He wants to make sure he gets sense that maybe this could get away.
Yeah.
You know, in a hurry. And the Ramblers have been hanging around. But some missed layups, some missed opportunities at the foul line. You have to take advantage of those opportunities against a team like Park of Cottage Grove. This is a big, physical team. Certainly the height is a factor. Cotter has not seen a team, I think, with this much height and physical play, too. The Wolfpack are a little more physical than a lot of teams that Cotter will see, over the course of the conference season and so on.
The Ramblers will inbound following the timeout and try to cut into this Park lead. Bolin will be running the point. And Bolin throws into traffic, went off of Like, and Wisecup comes away with it.
Yeah, Wisecup very alert there to save that. A bit of turnover.
Pecorino now up top. She goes for the bounce pass, jump ball, and it is Cotter basketball on the possession arrow.
A lot of bodies hitting the floor there.
Like may have been poked in the eye.
Might have. Comes up kind of on the side of her face.
Megan Nelson will come in for Park.
Katya Like will come out.
8.5 left to go in the first half.
Nice move by Erickson.
Can't get the shot to fall.
Just can't get that runner to fall. We got bodies tangled up all over on the floor. Devin Bolin with a grimace of pain there. Their arm got wrenched.
Pecorina grabs the rebound, and Bolin trying to walk it off.
Wow, you know, you got a sore back like that, and suddenly you're getting wrenched all over. It could be the shoulder, could be the back. Could be a lot of things.
And that's the 7th team foul as Hildebrand picks up her first. That'll send the Ramblers to the line for the 1-and-1.
Well, we got a conference going on right in front of us here. Stephanie Tolkien wants to know about why no foul called on that tangle up down low as Nordenberg and Bolin were arm in arm.
Pecorina on the line.
Bonus here. There you go. This is what you need. Hit the foul shots. Take advantage.
Pecorina knocks them both down.
Cotter can maybe get that press on for the first time in a while here. A couple of made foul shots.
21-10, Park leads. It's up top with Schmall. And a travel called on Voigt.
And turnover there in the half court. Voigt a little careless with the ball.
Katja Lake will check back in.
It didn't look like she had been poked in the eye. It looked like she was holding her cheek. Maybe caught an elbow or something there.
Seems to be okay.
Certainly been rough and tumble.
Erickson at the elbow, has it knocked away. Can't quite get it. Like will tumble to the court.
Oh, man, it's rough and tumble. Erickson diving for that ball, and she and Like just incidental contact. They're both trying to get a handle on it. Cotter comes away with it after when all is said and done, down 21-10.
Yeah, it was just off Like as she hit the court. Like there with the interception.
Yeah, I think that
Bolin.
Renee Pecorina thought that Bolin would be out on the wing a little quicker.
Bolin able to knock it away from Like out of bounds. So look at the Cotter coaching staff. As Kelly Brandon will check back in for the Ramblers. In for Devin Bolin. Like off the inbound pass.
I think Devin needed a break probably. He's been knocked around a little bit out there. Good tight man defense by Park.
Wise Cup high off the glass. Out of bounds, and it's Park basketball.
Ramblers are finding it tough going in the half-court offense. You know, it's very tough to get in against a bigger team. Hard for them to find their shots. Hard to shoot over a defender who's 3-4 inches taller.
And that's what you see on every matchup out there.
Yeah, pretty much. And Park, as you can see, has been very effective in breaking that press.
Katja Like with the basket for Park, and it's now 25-10.
Another offensive rebound. Gilbertson and Bolin are going to come back in right now.
A travel called on Kirkvold.
Not a long rest for Devin Bolin.
Schmall will check back in for the Wolfpack. Good head fake there by Voigt, and heads in, misses the shot. Rebound and miss by Nordenberg.
Good quickness by Kelly Brandon to get out there and tip that ball away from Like. Try and create something going the other way.
We go to Bolin at the point. Now Brandon.
This is where Cotter wants to look to try and get somebody to penetrate into the lane and see if they can kick out for a jump shot. Maybe it'll be Gilbertson.
We'll kick it over to Erickson. 6:10 left to go. Brandon now to Bolin. And a foul will be called on the Wolfpack.
Nice little burst from Devin Bolin there to try and drive down the side of the lane, draw that foul, draw that contact.
Hildebrand picks up the foul, her second. team 8th.
Hildebrand calls for a second foul, 18 foul at the line over
Rieselman is getting. Rieselman, a 6'2 sophomore. Holly Rieselman will get ready to come back in for the Wolfpack here.
She'll be in for Hildebrand, who will sit with the 2 fouls. One more foul shot for Bolin. Ramblers have picked it up from the foul line.
Yeah, let's see what the Ramblers do here with the press. They backed off of it a little bit because Park has been able to go over the top on it.
Cross-court pass to Like. Like will work on Bolin. And now she's picked up the dribble. In trouble. Bolin backs off.
Park fans wanted a foul on Bolin for a reach.
Like underneath the basket misses. Rebound and another miss by Rieselman. Rambler basketball, and Like may have been hit in the head again.
Yeah, holding her eye again here. This time it does look like the eye, maybe. But you saw initially the second chance basket coming. Park's height just asserting, but then Gilbertson able to get in there on the second miss. Get the rebound and get to the line.
Wisecup will check back in for the Ramblers, in for Brandon. Gilbertson, a little body English to get that one to go in.
That's what Cotter needs to do, hit these foul shots.
Megan Nelson will be in for Like.
And the first action, I believe, for Nelson.
Fullback. Jesse interceptor, Megan fullback.
Gilbertson knocks them both down. 7 points now for Gilbertson, 5 of them from the free throw line.
Ooh, a push off there. Small got away with it.
And a double team on the ball handler. 25-14, Park leading. Norenberg over to Voigt. Voigt for 3. Just hit the rim, out of bounds. Rambler basketball.
Erickson had it, then it was tipped away from her, but Rieselman last touching.
"11-point Park lead, 5:08 left to go in the first half. Bolin will come up court, guarded by Norenberg.
Let's see if Cotter can chip away at it a little bit here.
3-pointer from Gilbertson hits the back iron. And a rebound by Norenberg.
I don't know if Cotter needs that right away. I mean, it's your first half down by 11. Important just to get points.
We've seen that quite a bit from the Ramblers. The initial 3-point shots, trying to claw back into the game.
And I think this is a chance to go inside a little bit because you've got some of the, you've got Like off the floor. A couple of smaller players out there for Park.
Devin Bolin called in the foul as Chelsea Larson checks in for the Ramblers.
First action of the night for Larson. Another scrappy, quick player for Cotter.
Ramblers now with 16 fouls. And that'll go over for Rieselman.
Yeah, 6'2", just right up over the top of Laura Erickson. Gives away a few inches in height.
Chelsea Larson driving in. And a
No,
travel.
they call it travel. I don't know. Like a pretty nice lean by Larson there.
She had to see the basket.
Yeah, she really did. She got in amongst the trees.
4:20 remaining, 27-14. There's quite a bit of pushing going on.
Oh, yeah, it's been a physical game, no question about it.
Schmoll trying to get position off Larson. The ball goes out of bounds, and it is a foul.
Might have a foul.
Is that Larson on the foul? Nope, it's
No.
Erickson picking up her 3rd. Now both teams are in the bonus.
Allison Kirkvold getting up off the Cotter bench. We'll see if she comes in here for Laura Erickson.
Schmoll knocks down the first.
Devin Bolin back in as well. Erickson will go to the bench.
Tina Fisher will check back in for the Wolfpack. 14-point lead. Schmoll with one more foul shot.
A lot of sophomores and juniors in this Park lineup as well. They're going to be So for a couple of years.
Jesse Schmall knocks down both. It's 29-14, 4:07 left to go. Bolin working on Nelson. Gilbertson, now Kirkvold. Bolin sees an opening, takes it to the hoop.
That was just great stuff from Devin Bolin. Little crossover dribble. Had the defender going one way, crossover went the other. Devin took it right to the hole, and that's offensive, yes.
Megan Nelson called in the offensive foul.
Nelson getting the hand out, not only that, but got a handful of Pecorina's jersey, and that's going to be a little too obvious.
And Gilbertson will inbound.
Player control, so no fouls, no shots.
Bolin over to Gilbertson. Wisecup calling for it.
Wisecup wanted it. She's wide open on the weak side.
Oh, off the hand of Pecorina. And it'll be kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, good idea. Devin didn't want to bend over and pick that ball up, but yeah, you can't let it just roll around there. It's going to be a turnover. You don't want to be a turnover that's got Park going for a layup.
Sammy Hildebrandt checks back in for the Wolfpack. .320 left to go, 29-16, Park leading. Hildebrandt trying to find some position. Hildebrandt driving in, takes the shot, but it was blocked. Kirkvold got a hand on it. Ramblers on the break.
Yeah, they want to try and push the tempo a little bit here.
Gilbertson,
boy,
nearly had that go
in and out of the cylinder there. Boy, a three-point, how big would a three-point play be right now?
Jackie Voigt called on the foul, her second, and Park will take a timeout. 29-16, Park leading, 3:01 left to go, and we'll take a break here on HBC Channel 25. More Rambler basketball coming up right after this.
This is the best time of the year, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyotathon, the perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for. Get 0% APR for 60 months or 3,000 customer cash on the unstoppable Tundra. IntelliChoice's best when you buy it, best when you sell it, best while you own it. Or get a $299 a month lease for 36 months on the rugged Tacoma, America's best-selling compact truck. The Toyotathon year-end sales event. Hurry, time is running out.
13-point lead for the Park Wolfpack over the Cotter Ramblers. 3:01 left to go in the first half. Justin Barrientos alongside Dave Williams in this championship game in the 21st Annual Warrior Club Holiday Tournament. Jenny Gilbertson will be on the line for the Ramblers once play resumes. As both teams head back to the court.
Last-minute scramble there in the Park huddle. Trying to get it all sorted out here. But yeah, you know, I think the Wolfpack a little frustrated. They're holding the lead, 29-16, but really Cotter kind of hanging around.
Trying to find their way in this one.
I think the Wolfpack would like to really open it up.
Gilbertson knocks down the first.
And for Cotter, you know, it's been some of these missed opportunities early, some layups that they've missed, some free throw shooting that's been suspect. As Gilbertson does knock down 2 here, and that's big.
Gilbertson with 9. The Ramblers have scored 14 of their 18 points off the free throw line.
And there's the press working.
Renee Pecorina, count it, and the foul.
And there was the press working. Gilbertson coming, Devin Bolin with the initial pressure. Gilbertson comes over as the second defender, forces the bad pass, and then Pecorina just very alertly playing free safety, sitting in there, able to pick it off, take it in. She'll get to the line, and a chance here to make it an 8-point game all of a sudden.
Pecorina good on the foul shot.
29-21. So suddenly the Ramblers starting to chip away here and get back in it.
Seems that timeout helped the Ramblers more than it helped the Wolfpack.
Might have almost a travel there.
They do get it across, and a blocking foul called on the Ramblers.
Kirkvold working hard there, just trying to get a body on. That's going to put Voigt at the line.
It's going to be the first for Kirkvold. 8th team foul.
Jesse,
Jackie Voigt, 5 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. The lead back to 9, 30-21. Voigt knocks down Bolt.
A big foul shot, so to kind of stop the little mini run from Cotter.
Bolin over to Wisecup. Wisecup with a nice move to try to get some separation. Gilbertson, nice pass to Wisecup. Saved by Pecorino.
Yeah, alertly. It was a good high-low. I'd like to see Whitney put that up herself. There's
Nice
a good
passing.
look.
Wisecup, or check that, Kirkvold.
Good look by Gilbertson to find Kirkvold. There was a lot of traffic. Devin's going to get called for a foul at the other end, just kind of reaching across the body there to slap that ball away from Norenberg.
Second foul called on Bolin. Norenberg with her first trip to the foul line. Ten-point lead again, 33-23, 2:07 to go.
Wolfpack looked good at the line.
Only one miss.
Whitney's
Wisecup.
in trouble here. Devin comes to help out.
Gilbertson.
Good, strong move by Jenny Gilbertson along the baseline. Just powered that up. Sometimes you just need to do that.
Threw
There's
the
a chance
ball
for
away.
a turnover there. Yeah, the Ramblers had the ball trapped just across the timeline.
Schmall working on Pecorino. A little bit of a push.
Schmall getting away again.
Bolin steals it. Here comes Devin Bolin on the break.
And a big steal for Bolin. Finishes the layup.
And
a
another
timeout going to be
timeout.
taken right away. Just a 30-second timeout here. As
The lead is
I think you're going to have here a little refocusing session if you're Park of Cottage Grove, as suddenly it's a 33-27 ball game, just a 6-point lead for the Wolfpack. And the Ramblers coming on strong.
Oh, you talked about the Ramblers just kind of hanging around and now kind of turning it up, finding their way and finding the open shots.
Well, the defense is starting to pick up. Cotter's starting to force some turnovers and getting some good things to happen then off of that pressure. And you saw Devin Bolin with the layup off the steal earlier. Renee Pecorino with a steal. She hits a layup and is fouled, completes a 3-point play. So Cotter's starting to really get it going here with defensively, and that's the Rambler. A big part of the Ramblers' game is those transition baskets off of turnovers. And hadn't been able to do it early, but now starting to do it here later in the half. Perhaps Park getting a little fatigued.
And Hildebrandt does get it over the timeline. Minute 10 left to go in the first half. There's an open jumper in and out for Rieselman. Wisecup gets it out to
Good
Bolin.
rebound for Whitney Wisecup. Oh,
Bumped at the
a lot of
half court.
contact there. Nothing called as Schmoll got in there with Devin Bolin.
Gilbertson making her way to the hoop.
And this is what Jenny needs to do, is assert herself. Again, a strong move. Good, strong power move to the basket.
33-29. 4-point lead. In trouble is Hildebrandt. And
Mark, fortunate there. Hildebrand very nearly turned it over.
Rieselman found it underneath to Gilbertson.
Look at Jenny Gilbertson. Oh, just can't get the layup to fall. Great job to run the floor for Gilbertson. Great pass into her. And just in and out of the cylinder.
And a foul as Norenberg headed to the basket.
Well, a big missed opportunity for Cotter here at the other end, the offensive end.
Kirkvold called for the foul, her second. Norenberg hits the first as Megan Nelson checks back in. 7-point lead here for Park, 36-29. 21 seconds left to go in the half. One more foul shot here for Norenberg, and She knocks that one down. 4 of 4 is Nordenberg from the line.
Arena looking to push the tempo a little bit here.
Bounce pass to Bolin. 10 seconds.
Devin can get her shot here.
Into Gilbertson.
Good entry pass from Devin Bolin. A good job by Jenny Gilbertson to post up in the lane. She'll get to the line.
Foul is on Nelson, her first. It's the double bonus now. Both teams committing 10 fouls.
A lot of fouls in this first half. It's been that kind of game. Ramblers will get Chelsea Larson and Kelly Brandon back in here and take Devin and Devin Bolin and Jenny Gilbertson out. Make sure they don't pick up a foul or anything here in the final seconds.
Gilbertson with 15 points in the first half.
Yeah, she's really come on strong here in the last few minutes of the half.
Nine
really
of those
started to assert herself inside.
Yeah, 9 of those points from the free throw line.
A lot of quickness on the floor for the Ramblers right now.
2 seconds. And can't get a shot off as Pecorino gets a hand on the ball.
Good defense by Renee Pecorino, making sure that there was not going to be a good look at the basket for Park of Cottage Grove.
So at halftime, Park goes in with a 37-31 lead. And we will take a break here on HBC Channel 25. Back with second half action in just a little while.
What kind of people need physical therapy? All kinds of people use Sport and Spine, from those who need help with sports injuries to people who experience everyday wear and tear. Are you one of the 85% of people who suffer from back pain? Sport and Spine can help you eliminate back and neck pain and teach you how to prevent reoccurrences. Our patient care representative can answer all your questions. At Sport and Spine, we know that any pain is too much pain.
And back here at McCown Gymnasium, 37-31, Park of Cottage Grove leading Winona Cotter at the half. Justin Barrientos alongside Dave Williams. The last half of basketball in the 21st Annual Warrior Club Holiday Tournament.
Yeah, it's true. It is. It is. Although not the last half of basketball here at McCown tonight. Is later on the Winona State University women's basketball team is in action Parkside, I believe, in town tonight.
That's right.
And so people who've been at the tournament use their tournament ticket to get in free for that game as well. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, the men's basketball team came away with a 92-76 win over Parkside last night. And the women will do battle.
Big win for the Warrior men. Here,
yes.
It is a little bit, a little bit more dicey for the Cotter Ramblers. Slow start to the game, I think, for Cotter in adjusting to the height of Park of Cottage Grove and adjusting to a couple of Leslie Ross there, and a couple of Warriors getting ready for their game. Some of the Park JV players here.
Yeah, for Cotter, things looked a lot worse just a few minutes ago than they do right now, just down by 6.
Well, yeah, a slow start adjusting to a lot of things in this game for Cotter. But the Ramblers got a little run together here late in the half and were able, to chisel away at it and get it down to a 6-point game here at halftime, a chance to get it even closer. A few missed chances for Cotter. A little shaky at the free throw line early on in this game. Some missed layups and so on and so forth. And those are the kind of opportunities you cannot afford to miss those opportunities.
Double team on Like. And a jump ball is called as Devin Bolin able to get a hand on the basketball. It's
That'll
Cotter
be the
ball.
Rambler ball, you bet. Cotter picking it up. The defensive intensity definitely picking up late in the first half. And looks like so far carrying over here early in the second.
Bolin lost it going towards the lane and was picked up by Schmall.
Devin is so good at being able to penetrate and find somebody to dish off to, and that time just taken away.
A miss by Norenberg, and out of bounds off the Wolfpack.
Credit Laura Erickson there, getting in against two taller players and working hard. Keep that ball alive, and eventually the Park players losing it out of bounds.
Hands up! Hands up! Hands up!
Bolin comes up court at the half. Your leading scorers, Jenny Gilbertson had 15 for the Ramblers, Sarah Norenberg with 10 for the Wolfpack.
Too much, Sarah! Too much, Sarah! Too much!
Brandon now over to Bolin. Erickson now to Bolin.
There's a chance here as Like is overplaying that pass a little.
Three-pointer from Erickson, loose ball, and it's picked up by Kirkvold.
Kirkvold alert there to get that rebound.
Bolin on her way to the basket, fouled.
I'll get Devin to the line.
Foul is called on Norenberg, her third.
Yeah, foul trouble is going to start to play a role here. We had a lot of fouls called in the very physical first half.
Voigt, Fisher, and Hildebrandt all with 2.
Yeah.
Bolin misses on the second shot, out of bounds.
Off of Gilbertson, apparently. Trying to argue that maybe Norenberg touched it last. Boy, again, you don't want to miss these foul shots. So important to hit them.
Double team. Gilbertson hitting the
It's going to be
court.
Cotter ball. Gilbertson, great hustle, and then it was last tipped, it looked like, by Like.
Bolin to Gilbertson right off the inbound pass.
Jenny Gilbertson also started to really assert herself in the offensive end late in the first half.
But just enough of the body from Laura Erickson to knock that shot away by Fisher.
Good hustle by Erickson getting down the floor, altering that shot enough. Here's a foul going to be called. And the foul is going to be on Allison Kirkvold.
The third. Kirkvold and Erickson both with 3 fouls for the Ramblers as a shot missed by Voigt and the putback there by Norenberg.
And there's just the height inside for Park. Look at that
Nice
pass.
pass.
Oh, you've got to finish. Kirkvold has struggled a little bit from the floor, coming back from injury. It was just a great pass by Devin Bolin. A foul at the other end. Kelly Brandon aggressive defensively. Those are those missed chances, though, that we've talked about during this game.
First foul on Brandon, and it'll be the second team foul on the Ramblers. Over to Katja Light. Now Fisher inside.
The
Missed
Park
shot.
bench irate, wanted the foul on Gilbertson for a reach. They might have a case.
Well, Gilbertson will pick it up.
Regardless, Gilbertson with the body foul.
Now she has 3 fouls.
Yeah, not good news.
Erickson, Kirkvold, Gilbertson all with 3.
A lot of fouls in this game.
Out of bounds, Rambler basketball.
The pass a little too high for Fisher. Just tried to get one hand on it and tipped it out. Let's see what the Ramblers can do here. Again, I think some opportunities are presented. And Cotter's been able to penetrate.
Gilbertson underneath.
What a hustle by Kirkvold to get over there after that loose ball. And a foul call.
Foul is on Light, her second, as
Third.
Hildebrandt checks back in.
Third, I believe, on Like.
Oh,
yeah. Great hustle by Allison Kirkvold, though, to track that loose ball down. She struggled to find her shot tonight, and she'll put it up from outside and hit that.
Allison
I
Kirkvold.
should mention that she struggled to find her shot more often. Well, Kirkvold missed a few layups, but that time, little hesitation from the outside, but had the open shot and took it, knocked it down. And then good defense at the other end.
And Hildebrandt misses the shot. Travel is called on Like, and the Ramblers take over.
39-36. Cotter has it down to 3 points here. And the ball.
Rieselman checks back in for the Wolfpack. Now the Ramblers have a chance to pull back in this one. Defense comes up as Hildebrandt challenges Bolin.
Hildebrandt getting her hands in there.
Gilbertson inside. Kirkvold.
Great high-low stuff from the Ramblers. Gilbertson's so good at that. Able to feed it down to the low block to Allison Kirkvold. A little contact there, nothing called on Gilbertson's turn.
39-38, Park by 1. Rieselman over to Norenberg.
Oh, that's a walk.
Out of bounds, Cotter basketball.
Turnover regardless, but boy, Norenberg had that ball on the hip.
15:03 remaining in the ball game, and Cotter now with a chance to take a lead.
39-38. And sense some frustration now from Park.
Bolin picks up the dribble, now over to Brandon.
Devin just really seeing the floor well right now, able to find that open player.
To Gilbertson.
Cotter very patient in the half court. They at times weren't in the first half.
Three-pointer from Bolin. And a rebound by Erickson. Erickson puts it in.
Great hustle by Laura Erickson on the weak side board. Recognizing where that shot might miss, coming in, sneaking in behind. Cotter now is just, in some ways, outworking the Wolfpack.
Well, a 1-point lead here. A steal by Bolin. Bolin with the hesitation.
Nornberg just careless with the ball. Suddenly it's a 3-point Rambler lead, and a timeout going to be taken here by Park of Cottage Grove. They're just going to take a 30 here, and again, this is going to be a little bit of a refocusing session.
Well, it's an 11-2 run that Cotter is coming off of out of halftime with. 14-12 remaining.
That's a great start to the second half here for the Ramblers.
Yeah, all of a sudden a 3-point lead here for Cotter.
And Park looks just out of sorts right now. They're not sure, as Cotter's defensive intensity has picked up, not sure the Wolfpack, I think, how to handle it, and a little careless with the ball, maybe a little tired. Sometimes, you know, as a team, it's easy when you get out into a lead, and we've seen this in I think many of the games that we've done in this tournament, including the earlier boys game tonight. We saw it a little bit in games yesterday. It's easy when you get out to that big lead and everything seems to be going your way, but suddenly when a team makes a run at you, there's adversity, and that's when there's some pressure, or potentially some pressure and a challenge. You can look at Mike Hertzberg there, getting ready. Mike's got to run around a lot tonight and get ready for the women's game coming up next, but you get some of that adversity, and that's a real test of how well a team is going to handle things.
Well, we kind of saw that a little bit at the end of the first half, where Cotter was kind of figuring out a little bit of Park's game and kind of figuring out how to get their shots and get their points on the board.
Right, well, definitely. The Ramblers, I think, gained a little confidence here in themselves and a little more swagger to their game. Jenny Gilbertson really starting to assert herself at the offensive end of the floor. And then the hustle, you've seen the great hustle from Allison Kirkvold and Laura Erickson especially. Here's a walk and a turnover right away.
The Ramblers will get the ball right back. Pecorino will inbound. Yep.
That's got to be frustrating. So frustration setting in, and right now the Wolfpack trying to figure out how to better handle this pressure that Cotter's putting them under.
Brandon over to Wisecup. 14 minutes now remaining. 3-point Rambler lead.
Good ball movement again here. You can see that Park is starting to refocus a little bit defensively. Getting a little more aggressive coming out of that timeout out of the Wolfpack. But Cotter being very patient here, content to hold the ball.
Brandon looking for something, now driving in. Stopped. Gets it out to Pecorino.
This is good stuff without either Devin Bolin or Jenny Gilbertson on the floor here for the Ramblers. Very patient. Not forcing anything at all. Good, smart basketball.
That's over to Brandon in the corner.
Well, you could think some good quick ball movement, maybe free Whitney Wisecup up here for a shot from the outside.
It's classic Cotter basketball, the ball control.
The old John Nett era.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not normally what we see from the Ramblers at the girls' side of things. Look at this.
And it's over to Erickson.
Now Park is going to, you hear them, now they're going to pick up the intensity again here and try and overplay some of these passes.
But it's still the same. Cotter with the open passes. Now there's a move to the basket by Erickson off the glass.
And it pays off. Laura Erickson will head fake to initiate, drives the baseline. Cotter runs a lot of time off the clock and gets the basket. That's a great possession.
And they found the open player in Tina Fisher.
Yes, Wisecup just of two minds there whether to leave her player and rotate over.
Rieselman now with 10 points off the bench for the Wolfpack. Pecorino in trouble. They get it across.
Again, Cotter doing this with both Gilbertson and Bolin on the bench. 3-point Rambler lead.
Just under 12 minutes now to go in the game.
Wisecup has it tipped away. Got to dive for it.
I think she's trying to avoid the over and back. Miss!
Well, again, though, you don't want to let Park get away with, better to have the over and back than to have a breakaway.
Yep.
Suddenly, Park gets it down to one, and now Bolin and Gilbertson are going to check back in at the next dead ball. A lot of intensity here tonight.
Erickson will get it over to Pecorino, and then we'll get it back. And a push away from the ball.
Yeah, we're going to have a foul. I think this is going to be on Schmoll. Got a piece of Pecorina, I think, on the baseline.
Rieselman called.
Oh, it was. All right.
Like and Norenberg will check back in the Wolfpack lineup, along with Megan Nelson. Off the inbound, Gilbertson hits the back iron.
She doesn't miss that often. And then Devin Boland going to pick up a quick foul here, trying to reach in and swat the ball away from Rieselman.
That'll be her third foul. So now 4 Ramblers with 3 fouls. And they have a 1-point lead, 44-43, 11-19 remaining. Like heading up court for the Wolfpack. Gilbertson able to get a hand on the ball.
Gilbertson wanted it over in the back, but it was tipped away by her, so there's nothing there, but a turnover nonetheless as the Wolfpack throw it away.
Ramblers finding a way back in it. Boland will give it over to Pecorina.
Cotter just looks so much more confident now here. Boy, look at the hand check all over there. No call.
Outside from Gilbertson.
Big shot from Gilbertson again. There are many ways that she can hurt you.
19
step
points.
out, hit that jump shot. Yeah, Jenny Gilbertson having a big game tonight against a big-time opponent.
46-43, the Ramblers leading, 10.5 to go. To Like. Katja Like underneath the basket.
That's a nice little move by Katja Like there. No hesitation, slides around the defender.
Gilbertson. Now Boland baseline. Look at the move by Boland to get to the basket.
Jump stop move there. Teams are just trading baskets here. See if Cotter can get a stop. We approach 10 minutes remaining. Ramblers with that 3-point lead.
48-43. At the elbow, Fisher. Turnaround. Blocked by Gilbertson. Out of bounds.
Gilbertson got a piece of it. Park bench wanted a foul.
Rambler basketball.
All ball that time.
Sammy Hildebrandt will check back in for Like.
I like that call, I'll tell you what. And so many times, especially you see it a lot still in the women's game where it's you almost can't block a shot, you know? Because people are officials sometimes too eager to call for a foul. Let them play a little here. Weisskopf is in trouble here.
3-pointer from Gilbertson. Just hit the front rim. Gilbertson hustling to get the rebound. Out of bounds.
Yeah, just dribbled it right off her foot there. Maybe would have been better served just to grab it, stop and reset.
Jackie Voigt has checked back in for the Wolfpack. Still a 3-point lead, 48-45. Ramblers lead, 9:22 on the clock. And picked up the dribble.
Yeah, dead ball pretty high there in the half court.
And a block will be called on Kirkvold, her 4th.
Yeah, she's just been beaten there around the corner. Got a hand in. Trying to slow down.
Katja Like will check back in. A brief rest for her. In for Nelson.
And Laura Erickson will come back in here shortly for the Ramblers.
Looking inside, and Gilbertson there to block again.
Good defense. Gilbertson just straight up takes away the space that Voigt wanted.
Gilbertson knocks it away as Jackie Voigt hit the court face first. Pecorina down court. Can't get the finish. Battle for the ball. Very physical battle there. Loose ball still.
Like Kirkvold had it in her hand, then had it knocked away, and then a foul going to be called here. We'll see who this is on. If it's Kirkvold, it's her 5th. It could be on Boland. That'll be her 4th.
Yep.
It is going to be on Boland, and that's going to be her 4th. So now if you're Pat Boland, you got a decision to make. You've got a lead, and I think the decision has been made as Kelly Brandon is going to come in, and Devin is going to go to the bench. 8:46 to play is a lot of time.
Laura Erickson has checked in as well.
Yeah, you don't need to leave Devin Boland on the floor at this point. It's not like if you were trailing, if you're down by 10 or something, maybe you take the gamble because you need to have her out there.
Nice pass to Fisher underneath.
Now, and again, Norenberg, we saw that from her in the first half. She can get on the open floor and really run with the ball. Haven't seen it for a while. Now she does it again here and creates some positive things for Park.
Yeah, it's the first basket for Fisher, who averages 12 on the season. Wise Cup for 3, hits the back iron.
And Cotter needs to be careful here. The Ramblers don't need to start jacking it up from the outside. They've got the lead in this game. They were Cotter doing a very good job early of being patient in the half court and moving that ball around. Now all of a sudden we're seeing some early shots from outside.
Yeah, the Ramblers over the limit, too, on fouls. There'll be a bonus the rest of the way for Park.
It's only the second foul on Kelly Brandon.
Katja Like on the line. First trip to the foul line for Like.
Big miss and a big defensive rebound for Laura Erickson.
Here comes Gilbertson down court. Give it up to Wise Cup for 3. Again, a miss on a 3-point shot.
Well, Whitney can hit that shot, but I think at this point, maybe a little early in the possession to be throwing it up there.
Voigt.
That'll be a block, I think, on Gilbertson. We'll see. Gilbertson thought she had position. Instead, she's going to pick up her 4th foul here.
Gilbertson, Kirkvold, and Bolin all with 4 fouls for the Ramblers.
Pat Bolin not happy with that call at all. I don't think either coach has been all that happy with any calls tonight. It's that kind of game. It's so emotional in these close games. 2 ranked teams. There's a lot on the line. I mean, there's not a conference game for either team, anything like that, but I'll tell you what, teams that want to win, teams that want to be champions, every game is big for those teams. Two big foul shots there.
Yeah, talk about big. Jackie Voigt, 9 points on the night, all from the free throw line. She's 9 of 10. And Park now with a 1-point lead, 49-48. There's Wise Cup again from the corner. This time she hits it.
So Whitney clearly has the green light. And the Wolfpack saying we're going to let her shoot that until she proves she can hit it. Now we'll see what they defend how they defend the other end.
Hildebrandt ties it up with her first bucket. Knotted at 51.
Yeah, you see now Park will come out and make sure they've got a defender. In that case, Voigt, right out in Whitney Weisskop's face.
Pecorina swing it over to Wise Cup. 7:15 on the clock. Tie score at 51. Pecorina now to Gilbertson. Gilbertson just a little out of position as she got that ball. Over to Brandon, turn around. Pecorina. And a foul away from the ball.
Called away, yeah. That might be on Katja Like. So that'd be her 4th, and it is. Nope. It is.
Yep, it is. That's her 4th.
Her
4th. Jesse Schmall will check back in for Like. Ten points on the night for Katja Like. And that just gets past Erickson, but she's able to hustle and get it. Erickson at the free throw line stops and backs up.
Yeah, she'll just reset things here. Get the ball, Pecorina, good point guard, coming back. Get the ball back in her possession and reset everything in the offense.
There's Gilbertson. Gilbertson driving in at the elbow, nice pass.
Again, those missed opportunities, but Erickson able to rebound her own miss.
Ooh, looking for Gilbertson and just got a hand on it, did Hildebrandt.
Great pass from Jenny Gilbertson to find Laura Erickson. Laura doesn't miss those very often, though, on that layup. A good hustle by Erickson. Gets her own rebound, keeps it alive for the Ramblers here.
It's to Brandon, 6:25, into Gilbertson in the lane, puts up the odd shot, nearly had that go in.
Well, there was a lot of contact there as Gilbertson got tangled up with Fisher. There was no call. Gilbertson just throwing it up, thinking that maybe she'd get some contact. Close to a push-off.
Yeah, Kelly Brandon.
At the other end.
Relentless on Nornberg.
Well, Nornberg close to a push. Trying to get some space between her and Kelly Brandon.
Fisher will give it to Hildenbrand. 3-pointer, misses. Going there to get the rebound. And it does go in for Schmall.
Just hustle from Schmall there. Beating Erickson to the spot to get that rebound.
So 2-point Park lead, 53-51, 5:40. Gilbertson
Gilbertson
collides with Fisher.
not get to the line. It's Only going to be the 5th team foul, I believe, on Park.
Fisher picks up her 3rd as Rieselman checks back in. Now Devin Bolin will check back in for the Ramblers.
Yeah, Pat Bolin has gone a long time here with Jenny Gilbertson with 4 fouls, and she'll stay on. And now, arguably your 2 best players, Devin Bolin and Jenny Gilbertson, with 5.5 minutes to go on the floor, 4 fouls each.
It's to Bolin for 3. Just misses. Weiskup going for the rebound, but Rieselman there to get it. Long down court for Fisher.
That time, Hart just goes, Schmoll just goes right over the top of the defense to find Fisher.
Bolin to Weiskup.
Ramblers had that good run, had the lead for a while here, but now down by 4.
Weiskup for 3, just off the mark. And a rebound by Voigt. 55-51, Park with the lead. Gilbertson went for the steal.
Again, Cotter really in a hurry now to put shots up from the outside. I don't think they need to. Close to a carry there by Voigt.
Out of bounds, Park basketball. Megan Nelson checks back in. And we'll see Allison Kirkvold in for the Ramblers.
She'll come in for
Weiskup.
yeah.
So there are 3 players on the court for Cotter with 4 fouls. Now Chelsea Larson checks in for Gilbertson. Gilbertson will sit with 4 fouls.
Not a bad idea here in the defensive end of the floor, I think, to do that. With 4:50, it's a lot of time left. Don't want to risk Gilbertson picking up the foul here. Give away some in height. But you bring a little quickness out here, too, with Larson.
Inside, and that's good for Voigt.
Good look inside, and Voigt with a nice little move.
To Larson. Bolin from the elbow. In and out.
Flat on that shot. It's a good penetration again from Devin Bolin, looking to create something.
Chelsea Larson gets a hand on the ball and the steal. Here comes
hustle.
Larson, 1-on-2.
Good hustle by Larson, wisely electing to pull it back out as Voigt was back quickly to cut off the lane.
Looking for Erickson.
Just left it short. Erickson trying to float that one up over the defender. Gilbertson not going to get much of a break here. She'll come back in right away.
57-51.
Yeah. Cotter had that the travel at the other end.
The turnover.
Schmoll careless with the ball.
Like and Fisher will check back in along with Norenberg.
I think if you're Cotter, you have to get Gilbertson back on the floor because you had the lead, you've lost the lead, and now suddenly you see it go the other way and you're down 6 just like that after being up. And this is crunch time here.
Pecorina will work on Schmoll. Through the hands of Bolin and out of bounds, the frustration.
Oh, you don't see that often
Yeah.
from Devin Bolin, usually very sure with the basketball.
Chelsea Larson will check in.
She'll come in for Devin Bolin defensively. Pat Bolin keeping those substitutions going. He's got to juggle those players around with the 4 fouls.
Schmoll has it stolen away by Pecorina. Outlet to Larson. Larson pauses, takes the shot.
The Ramblers again just not able to get shots to fall. They're getting good looks at the basket, not able to get them to fall. It was good defense by Pecorina to set it up. A good look from Chelsea Larson to get inside. Missed opportunities.
Gilbertson able to get a hand on the ball.
On a big collision there at Pecorina, and Fisher really bumped into each other.
Fisher for 3, misses. Gilbertson there for the rebound. Here comes Gilbertson. Gilbertson in the lane.
Leaning off balance, had contact. Pat Bolin wants a quick timeout. That's just great stuff from Jenny Gilbertson to drive length of the floor, leaning, twisting her body, and get a big basket.
That cuts the lead to 4. 57-53, Park leads. Full timeout. We'll take a break on Channel 25. More Rambler basketball coming up after this.
This is the best time of the year, and it's only at your Toyota dealer. It's Toyotathon, the perfect time to save on many of the Toyotas you've been wishing for. Get 0% APR for 60 months or 3,000 customer cash on the unstoppable Tundra. IntelliChoice's best when you buy it, best when you sell it, best while you own it. Or get a $299 a month lease for 36 months on the rugged Tacoma, America's best-selling compact truck. The Toyotathon year-end sales event. Hurry, time is running out.
57-53, Park of Cottage Grove leading the Cotter Ramblers. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the contest, and Jenny Gilbertson before that timeout at the hard basket. 21 points on the night for Jenny Gilbertson.
She's had a big game in a big game against a tough opponent. Hard cuddle in that timeout. Coach Tolkien talking a lot about. I think it comes down to lots of patience. If you don't have anything, reset the offense. Again, Park with the lead can afford to take some time off the clock here.
Voigt will inbound.
Ramblers will press, and Devin Boland back out on the floor with 4 fouls in the press. Jenny Gilbertson as well.
And Kirkvold. Pecorino went for the
steal there for Pecorino, yes.
Norenberg at the point. Hildebrandt working on Pecorino.
Now, if you're the Wolfpack, again, you can afford to take some time off here and get the shot you want, and they do.
Is Voigt.
Boy, Voigt has had a strong game tonight.
13 points for Voigt. 2:15 on the clock. 59-53, a 6-point lead. It's Pat Boland directing traffic for the Cotter Ramblers, and it's over Gilbertson's head. Saves it from going out of bounds.
Unfortunately, right to Fisher for Park. Oh, that's a walk.
Yep.
Dribble got away from Hildebrandt, and a travel.
So the Ramblers will inbound. Down by 6, 59-53. We'll put Pecorino at the point.
Inside of 2 minutes to go here.
Three-pointer by Boland.
And the Ramblers really haven't been able to consistently find that outside shot.
Light with the rebound. Driving in is Voigt. Stopped by Gilbertson. 1:30 left to go.
Yeah, Park is going to just play here. They're not going to take a shot unless they've got an easy layup and force Cotter to have to foul.
Fisher driving in. Fisher off the glass.
And they get it. Erickson was trying to foul Fisher, but no call.
61-53.
Boland actually lobbying for a foul that time.
Devin Boland with the basket, and right away Pat Boland will call a timeout.
I think Pat Boland was upset on that last possession by Park as to why no foul was called. Erickson all over the Park player.
61-55, Park leads, and we'll take a break here on Channel 25. More Rambler basketball after this.
You face choices every day.
Chinese?
How about pizza?
Romance?
Sci-fi.
It's formal.
What?
Whatever you decide on, one decision that's easy to make is for your cable provider. At HBC, you get the best for local and long-distance phone service, cable, and internet. Call 474-4000 today.
You're kidding.
Back here at McCown Gymnasium, a 6-point lead for Park of Cottage Grove, 61-55 over the Ramblers. Now 1:05 on the clock, and enough time here for the Ramblers to come back. But do they need to shoot 3-pointers right away, or do they need to be patient?
Well, they haven't been able to hit the outside shot consistently. I think you're down 6 at this point with 1:05 to play. The first thing you got to do is get a stop.
Yep.
Against you cannot let Park run a lot of time off the clock here. You can get a turnover early in this possession. No, you don't need a 3-pointer right away. If you let Park start to run too much time off, then yeah, you do have to start thinking about outside shooting.
The Ramblers had a chance for a steal there. Good defense.
Still definitely got the press on, and
Double
here's the
dribble.
turnover right away, the double dribble.
And that's Kachalike with the turnover. Boland will check in. Weiskup will check in. Larson and Kirkvold will
come
check
off.
out.
Here's your two outside shooters again, Devin Boland and Whitney Weiskup. Still, the key here, you just need to get points. You don't necessarily need a 3.
A foul called on the Wolfpack on Fisher. That'll be the 6th team foul on Park and the 4th foul on Fisher. Hildebrand will check back in for Park. She'll be in for Like, who also has 4 fouls. Devin Boland will inbound.
Wanted to get that into Laura Erickson under the basket for a layup. Good defense by Park to take it away.
High pass and a travel is called.
Erickson looking for a foul, but she caught it off balance. Just never had her balance under her and just never had good footing, so a costly turnover there.
51.9 seconds on the clock, 61-55.
Now if you're Cotter, you need a foul. Now Jenny Gilbertson's going to have to do it. Unfortunately, that's going to be her 5th. You'd rather have Erickson or Weiskup or Pecorino come up and commit the foul, but at the point you probably have to go with who's there.
So Allison Kirkvold will check back in the game. Jenny Gilbertson will foul out, and that'll end her evening. 21 points on the night for Jenny Gilbertson.
Well, Gilbertson played hard all night long, played well. Gets a nice ovation from the Cotter crowd.
Pat Boland will argue his case.
Jenny, when she really started toward the end of the first half to really assert herself inside, keyed that Cotter comeback.
Hildebrand hits the first, and that makes it 62-55. One more foul shot for Sammy Hildebrand. And she's good on both. 63-55.
Now you probably start to look for the threes.
Boland baseline, nice feed to Kirkvold.
Well, you still got time with the press. You still got some time. So nice finish by Kirkvold.
And a
Weiskup has to commit the foul there.
First foul on Whitney Weiskup. 6-point lead for Park, 63-57. Norenberg so far on the night 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
Oh, big miss.
One more
still
shot.
Time. Well, still time.
And misses both.
Oh,
Weiskup.
2 misses. 2 big misses. See if Devin can find her shot.
Out of bounds. Rambler basketball. 18.2 seconds on the clock. 6-point lead. Out to Weiskup. 15 seconds.
They know to overplay Weiskup a little. Big basket there and a timeout quickly for the Ramblers.
6 points on the night for Whitney Weiskup and a big basket there. 4-point lead, 63-59. Park of Cottage Grove with the lead.
About 12.3 seconds to go, 4-point game. I mean, the Ramblers are hitting the shots, but they've been twos. Now, obviously, you have to, Cotter will try and set up the pressure on the inbound. If they can get the quick steal on the inbound, otherwise you've got to foul right away.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not going to matter who it is, whether it's Devin Boland with 4 fouls or Allison Kirkvold with 4 fouls. You got to get it right away because you don't have a lot of time, left. But yeah, this probably now you're getting to the point where the Ramblers have to think about quick baskets. Mm-hmm. Still, maybe don't need the 3 necessarily. Because if you can steal right away in the inbound and get 2 points, it's a 2-point game, probably with maybe 10 seconds left. And at that point you can set up again and hopefully force the turnover.
Ramblers.
Park is able to break it, get it inbounds, and come down and get the foul shots. Then yeah, definitely you're in 3-point territory.
Ramblers are without Jenny Gilbertson for the rest of the ball game. She is fouled out. It will be Voigt who will inbound. Pecorino in for the steal.
Now
Boland will have to foul, and that'll be her 5th.
Yeah, and unfortunately it ends up being Devin who has to commit the foul.
She'll get an ovation from the crowd as Devin Boland fouls out. 13 points on the night for her. Whitney Weiskup will check in.
Yeah, and Boland too, played well. Keyed a lot of that Rambler run with her good court vision. Played good defense.
On the line, Voigt. Voigt misses.
Yeah, boy, Park not doing themselves any favors at the foul line here late in the game.
Voigt misses 2.
Backside, Sarah!
Now the clock, though, is the Ramblers' enemy here.
3-pointer from Chelsea Larson, and that will be the ball game.
Wave it off, and that is the ball game. Well, Park, I'll tell you what, Park of Cottage Grove gave the Ramblers a lot of opportunities with those 4 straight misses at the foul line, but in the end, Cotter just really running out of time to get back in it.
63-59 is your final score. Park of Cottage Grove beating Winona Cotter. The final totals here, Jenny Gilbertson with 21 points for the Ramblers, while Jackie Voigt led the way for Park with 13 points. The Ramblers will now fall to 7-3 on the season. Park of Cottage Grove will improve to 9-1.
And those losses, though, for Cotter coming against some pretty tough competition when you think of the likes of Park of Cottage Grove and Cretin-Durham Hall and so on. So I'll tell you what, Cotter, the Ramblers have said, and it's tough to think about this now if you just lose a ball game, but the Ramblers have said they're not so concerned about what the record is necessarily in the regular season if they lose some of these games, but they want to play these teams like a Park of Cottage Grove, which brings size and athleticism and physical play and all of these different things that you want to see, so you're ready for anything come tournament time. Cotter's goal is the state tournament.
Yep.
That's absolutely what it is at this point. And so, if a game like this, you learn things from it, you take things from it that are going to pay off when you get into February and you get into March and you're into tournament time. Cotter will take it. And it's tough to hang your hat on that right now, obviously, because you want to win. Yep. Cotter's a championship team, and champions want to win every game out. But you put a little bit of this, put a little time behind, and you sit back and you look at the game films and you think, what did we learn? What do we take with us as we head into the postseason? So.
Yep, the other losses for Cotter on the season at Champlain Park and Cretin-Durham Hall, certainly 2 tough teams as well.
Yeah, you're playing the big metro schools there, and I tell you, that's heady stuff for a small school in outstate Minnesota to get those games. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. So my measure of respect, for the Cotter program that these teams are wanting to play. It's a measure of respect for this tournament that it seemed like Park of Cottage Grove says we'll come down to Winona and we'll play 2 teams. And not only that, they play 2 small schools and have a battle with both. Kingsland in their opener and then Winona Cotter here tonight. And I think that Park's going to go back knowing that they got a lot out of this tournament as well. Yeah, it's the hallmark of this tournament. A lot of ranked teams come down here to play, and so you get to see a lot of different teams. The Ramblers' next action will come on January 5th when they'll play Lake City. But that's going to wrap up our coverage here for this game and for this tournament, as once again Park of Cottage Grove comes away with a 63-59 victory over the Cotter Ramblers. So for Dave Williams and our entire HBC crew, thanks for joining us during this tournament, and we'll see you later here on HBC Channel 25.